Good afternoon, NAB board members and the MLC Extended Leadership Team. I'd like you to take a moment to think back over the last 5 years, to think about the significant failings and costs of a multitude of financial planning scandals at NAB and poor quality advice that has led to our large-scale remediation program, ASIC enforceable undertakings, and the reputational damage from the fallout of the Royal Commission. All up, what we have spent to date and what we have provisioned for to put our customers back into the position but for the inappropriate advice that they've received from NAB financial advisors is $1.5 billion. Just last month, we set a new record, $1.2 million in compensation to just one customer, all due to a single inappropriate piece of investment gearing advice 7 years ago. We have a great advice monitoring and governance team, but they're only human. The current process of random advice audits and simple key risk indicators is no longer fit for purpose. Earlier this year, the board asked us to face into this problem via NAB's Financial Technology Acceleration Program. And today we propose to you Smarter Advice. It's a RegTech solution that uses cutting-edge machine learning technology to ensure that from here on in, every piece of financial advice we give to our customers is appropriate and high quality. We are currently closing out a significant advice remediation program, and it is the work that we have done on this that will provide us an incredible opportunity. Over the last 4 years, 500 advice reviewers have reviewed 50,000 customer files, each file containing approximately 1,000 documents. For each customer, we have reached a very specific advice outcome to determine if the advice was appropriate or inappropriate over 17 unique advice categories. It is this library of customer files and the specific known outcomes that we will ingest into a sophisticated machine learning algorithm, 80% to train and the remaining 20% to fine-tune and test the accuracy. Smarter Advice machine learning can do what no human can, scan 5 million individual documents and see the common threads that made some advice files appropriate and others inappropriate. We now focus Smarter Advice on our advisor network currently giving advice in the field right now. Before any advice is provided to a customer, it is first uploaded by the advisor into the Smarter Advice front end and ingested into the machine learning algo. In almost real time, Smarter Advice considers the advice against its vast training library, and of the 17 advice categories, provides a probability of inappropriate advice percentage to each. We will set different thresholds for each category based on our known business risk for each. As an example, gearing advice will have a higher threshold and insurance advice will have a lower threshold. Advice that scans below threshold is automatically green-lit for the advisor to present to the customer. Advice that falls above the threshold instructs the advisor that the advice is not yet ready to present to the customer, and a human compliance officer reviews the advice. Importantly, both validations and false positives are fed back into the machine learning algo so that it continuously improves. Smarter Advice will have a path to profit through 4 key stages. Firstly, we will develop this internally to use across our network of 1,000 financial advisors. The accuracy of the solution will enable us to reduce the cost of human capital in our business, namely compliance staff, while also reducing the cost of complaints and regulatory action. For our second phase, we will seek strategic partnerships with AMP, Westpac, ANZ and CBA. Importantly, these 4 firms have also completed large-scale advice remediation programs, and the collective total of all customers assessed is almost 200,000. We would seek access to these files to enhance the accuracy of our solution in exchange for an equity interest or other commercial arrangement. Stage 3 will see us target the mid and small tier advice licensees, as well as independent financial advisors. This is a population of almost 20,000 financial advisors, and we would approach this as a simple software as a service model, subscription-based or single price point. Stage 4, our longer term plans would see us adapt our technology to offshore industries or semi-related industries within Australia that have similar compliance challenges, such as mortgage broking, stockbrokers, and US-based financial advisors. Our major risk is accuracy of the solution. Our modelling indicates that with an accuracy rate below 60%, it would actually cost us more to operate, as the number of false positives would actually create more work for our human compliance officers. The second key risk is regulatory approval. ASIC imposes strict monitoring and supervision standards on us, and the greater degree that we automate that, the more confidence ASIC will need to have in the effectiveness of our solution. Data privacy and integrity will be an important challenge. We will be capturing incredibly confidential customer data, APRA imposes strict controls for data storage, and we will manage this with end-to-end encrypted data, de-identified data, and importantly, domestic data storage with Azure. Our innovative approach to solve advice quality problems for financial planning represents a first for the market. The first mover advantage will enable us to win and grow market share. Our key asset is our vast remediation library, and this is a significant barrier to entry for possible competition. Our true competition could come from the drift in the industry itself as it moves towards AI-based robo-advice, and with that compliance quality can be baked in, hence less the need for our solution. Nonetheless, we still see advice, especially in the middle to mass affluent space, as a relationship business, and human involvement will continue to be a factor. Mistakes will still be made, and our solution will still be needed. To fully cost this program through development and testing and into phase 1 of our path to profit, we will need 12 months of development time. We need a vast team of varied talent with total staff costs of $8.58 million and a further $2 million of operational budget. At our conservative estimate of a 70% quality rate from our solution, we estimate your investment is recouped by year 3, and once we have the opportunity available to all Australian advisors, at a 20% market penetration rate, your ROI will be close to 120% year on year.